Jimin celebrates his birthday in the most unexpected way, Jungkook arrives with a surprise. The moment was supposed to be quiet, private, ordinary. Yet what unfolded on that night left everyone in disbelief. How could something so personal turn into one of the most discussed events among global fans overnight? And why did the silence of that night suddenly erupt into a storm of emotion the moment Jungkook appeared without warning? The celebration of Jimin's birthday this year was never announced publicly. No official schedule, no teasers, no hints, nothing. The secrecy was deliberate. Sources close to the event described it as an intimate gathering meant to reflect Jimin's gratitude rather than grandeur. But as midnight approached, something unexpected happened. Something that changed the tone of the evening completely. For the first time in years, two figures who once shared countless stages and endless rehearsals were seen together again, not in front of cameras, but in a setting far removed from the noise of fame. Jungkook's sudden arrival was not part of any plan. There were no scheduled appearances, no coordinated entrances. He appeared quietly, carrying something in his hand, a small box wrapped in muted tones, the kind of gesture that speaks louder than any public performance. Observers present at the scene recall the moment vividly. The atmosphere shifted from lighthearted to stillness, as if everyone sensed that something more profound was taking place. Jimin, who had been smiling throughout the evening, suddenly froze, eyes widening in disbelief before breaking into the kind of smile that only history can create. A mixture of nostalgia, shock, and quiet understanding. What was inside that box? No one knows for certain. But one thing is clear. The reaction was not scripted. The quiet exchange between the two carried an emotional weight that words could not capture. Those who witnessed it described it as a moment that felt like the end of a long silence. The reunion stirred more than just excitement. It reignited an emotional connection that fans had been longing to see again. Ever since both artists began pursuing individual paths, moments of shared presence had become rare, almost mythical. Yet here they were again, under dim lights, surrounded by close friends, music, and unspoken memories that once defined an era of their careers. The choice of location added to the mystery. The venue, reportedly a secluded space overlooking the Han River, was intentionally chosen for its privacy. Only a handful of trusted individuals were invited. No media, no cameras, at least not officially. Yet, somehow, fragments of the event found their way to the public. A brief clip of laughter, a silhouette that looked unmistakably like Jungkook's, and the faint sound of a familiar melody, perhaps Promise or Still With You. Drifting in the background, could it be that Jungkook's gift was not just a physical present but something symbolic? Was it a message, perhaps a song, a gesture, or an echo of gratitude long overdue? Theories quickly spread across online communities, each more emotional than the last. Some fans believe Jungkook had prepared a private recording, something meant only for Jimin, while others speculated it was a shared project that had been kept secret for months. But what truly captured global attention was not the speculation, it was Jimin's reaction. When asked by close acquaintances later that evening how he felt, his answer was short yet heavy. It felt like home. Those words alone were enough to ignite countless interpretations. Was he referring to Jungkook's presence, the emotional familiarity of old times, or the comfort of being surrounded by people who truly knew him beyond the stage persona? Throughout the night, the mood fluctuated between laughter and silence. One moment, Jimin was seen joking with friends. The next, he stood quietly by the window, looking out at the river as if lost in thought. The room was filled with music, but not the kind one would expect at a birthday party. It was subtle, slow, almost meditative. It felt less like a celebration and more like a reflection, and perhaps that was the essence of it all. This year's birthday wasn't about grandeur or spectacle. It was about reconnection, renewal, healing. After years of distance, separate projects, and individual journeys, seeing Jungkook appear before Jimin without warning reminded everyone that some bonds transcend schedules, management, and time. Images from the night began circulating online. Fans across the world were left in shock. Many expressed disbelief, others pure emotion. "It didn't look like a party," one fan commented. "It looked like closure, or maybe a new beginning." Another wrote, "You can see it in Jimin's eyes. Something unspoken passed between them." The emotional intensity of that moment spread like wildfire across social platforms. Words like unexpected, reunion, and healing dominated global trends for hours. But despite the frenzy, both Jimin and Jungkook maintained silence, neither confirming nor denying what had truly happened. The lack of official statements only amplified the sense of mystery. Observers noted that Jimin's expression that evening carried a rare mix of joy and melancholy, a visible reminder of the passage of time. Those who have followed his journey could sense it immediately. This wasn't just a birthday, it was a moment of introspection. The kind of emotional gravity that comes from looking back at everything gained and lost along the way. What did Jungkook say to Jimin when they met? What words were exchanged that caused the entire room to fall silent? These questions remain unanswered, yet they define the story itself. Because sometimes, the absence of words carries the loudest meaning. One detail that didn't go unnoticed was the song playing as the clock struck midnight. According to several attendees, it wasn't one of Jimin's own tracks, it was Jungkook's "Still With You." As the familiar melody filled the room, witnesses claimed Jimin turned toward Jungkook and smiled faintly, whispering something inaudible before they both laughed. That single moment, two artists, once part of the same stage, sharing silence and laughter, has since become one of the most discussed scenes among fans worldwide. If there was ever any doubt about the unbreakable bond between them, that night erased it completely. Not through statements or performances, but through presence. Quiet, genuine, and profound, as dawn approached, the celebration ended as quietly as it began. No grand farewell, no media coverage. Jimin thanked everyone personally, and Jungkook reportedly left first, slipping out without attention. Yet hours later, the entire internet was awake, replaying every image, every angle, trying to decode the unspoken narrative of what had just occurred. Theories grew wilder by the hour. Was the gift a letter? A recording? A symbol of future collaboration? Or was it simply a message that friendship, no matter how tested by time, never truly fades? The ambiguity only deepened the fascination. Beyond speculation, the night revealed something far more meaningful about both artists: their maturity, their shared history, and their ability to express emotion without spectacle. The power of their connection lies not in public gestures, but in the quiet authenticity that moments like this reveal. The unexpected appearance of Jungkook at Jimin's private birthday wasn't just a reunion. It was a reminder. A reminder that behind the lights, fame, and music, there are stories still unfolding between the people who built them. It was not a publicity stunt, nor a planned reunion. It was simply human, honest. And because of that, it became unforgettable. As one